Let's start with kind of just your general overview for the Arkansas Qualifier. You've had a bunch of events already the last month or so in the Tyson Indoor Track Center. What are you hoping to continue to build as we're, a week away from the SEC indoors?
Yeah, it's here, isn't it? We just had a team meeting this morning and already talked about our travel down to College Station next week. So we're here. Championship season basically has arrived, and we have to be on top of our stuff, make sure that we finish this regular season, this last regular season meet on Friday. On tomorrow, we finish it off on the right note.
Scotty Vines just named SEC Freshman of the Week. He's continued to be really stellar so far this winter. What have you seen from his kind of growth from when he started to right now as you're entering championship stretch?
He's just, the big thing I've noticed is just his commitment, and his competitiveness. That's those are things that are hard to coach, right? And so, having him come in with this commitment and the kind of competitor that he is, really helps jumpstart his career collegiately. So, it was a little bit rough in the fall. Like it is for all freshmen adjusting. But he's just done a great job, and I think he just kind of got a piece of it on on Saturday when he jumped 7 feet 6 inches. That's that's pretty high for a young kid, and he's not physically even mature yet to where we think there's so much more in the tank down the road. So hats off to Rob Jarvis, our new field event coach. He's done a great job with him. Made a nice adjustment. I think he had a couple misses at 7-2 or something like that. Whereas he doesn't make that third attempt, he's out of the competition. So whenever you see a freshman make third attempts when it counts, that's a good sign.
Yeah, and I'll ask a couple more specific questions then, a few about the team and about the weekend as a whole, but continuing with the specifics, Yassine was down or I should say, on the East Coast in Boston, not really
Yep.
down. I don't know where I am geography wise this morning, but he was out in Boston. What did you like about his performance and doing really well out there?
Oh man, I think he ran maybe the seventh fastest time in NCAA history. Broke our school record, which was only about a week old because I think Patrick Kiprop had it at 13:11. Yassine comes in and runs 13:09 point. Just a heck of an effort. It was a meet mainly full of pros, and he beat most of them except for the world record holder. And he kept his composure in that race and just did a great job of number one. Our number one priority was getting under 13:20 and making sure he's qualified for the NCAA meet. But then just ran a solid race. Again, there's another guy that's unbelievable competitor. He got a lot of fuel in his tank, and I think there's a lot more there for him as we approach the SEC and the NCAA meet.
And then kind of on the topic of longer distance, you had the 3K Friday night with Ruben and Patrick. What did you like about their performance in that event? I think they finished second and third, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah. It was a very competitive race. Whenever you bring Oklahoma State over and they're competing in those events, the mile, the 3K, the 5K, the DMR, they're second to none. I mean, they're NCAA cross country champions a couple years ago. They got a ton of talent. They're really well coached, and so whenever you can mix it up with those guys uh, and do well, that's a good sign. Those kids had big personal bests. We were hoping they would be a little bit faster. But they did a big personal best by both Ruben and Patrick, and even Brian Masai in the other events. So I'm really happy with where our distance runners are.
Yeah, it feels like almost every week that somebody different or somebody new is breaking some sort of program record or personal record. When, you kind of take a step back and look at the season so far from, a really, wide lens. What does that mean just to see the development that you guys preach week in and week out and that coming to life on the track?
Well, as a coach, it's extremely satisfying, no question about it. We play a small role. The big role is played by the athletes themselves and how well they compete. They take advantage of opportunities. They validate their performances from one week to the next. We talk about all those things about not be a one hit wonder. Be come back and let's validate what you did the week before, no matter what event it's in. And you take Patrick Kiprop, who breaks the school record in the 5K, and then he comes back and runs a 9-second personal best in the 3K, one of the best times in the country. Those are the validation events that we like to see, and so the kids have been bought in and they're working hard, and we're hitting on all cylinders right now. Hope we can keep it going.
Last question I have for you, then I'll turn it over if anyone else has questions, is for this upcoming Arkansas qualifier, what are the ways that you're challenging your team to perform and be at their best this weekend?
We today, we talked about dependability. It's not only proving it on the track, but it's proving it in the warm-up area, the warm-down area, how you carry yourself. And we just talk about being dependable to your teammates. We got a big relay tomorrow at 2:30 that it's a must win, or it's a must relay that we have to get in if we're gonna have that event at the national championship. And so it's on a relay team, it's being dependable, making sure you get to stick around and that you have your best effort. So, Evan, that's what we talked about as we go into this last regular season meet is just being a dependable teammate, and doing your job.